Good morning. It's a little earlier this morning than I did the past couple days. I thought maybe I'll get an early start and the sun won't shine right in my face. It's just about 7 o'clock here and it is up. It is up and we got some really nice skies, but it's not over where it's going to shine in my face. So I'm going to have a few minutes to talk to you. Yay! Sometimes something is said and it really affects us. And we go back to old program. And of course, if we're with people who get that, they allow that. And we just kind of spread the poison, wherever, like, somebody says something and all of a sudden it just hits that place that you hadn't healed yet. And and like without even knowing, it just like is a ripple effect. So whatever you say could create something in somebody else. It doesn't mean it's your responsibility. Of course not. It's their responsibility, just like it was for me. It was my responsibility to hold on to that and go, oops, nope, I don't want that. I don't want to be that. I don't want to do that. And, like the hardest part for me is to, like, the hardest part for me is with other people. Like, there's so many people who are able to just cut people out of their lives. I have such a hard time with that. I'm I'm very loyal, and I know they're not like good for my soul, but I just have a hard time cutting people out. And instead, I want to go inside and I want to figure out how do I improve me enough to not allow what they say or do to affect me? How do I heal myself from whatever happened that I'm bringing up in this moment to create this experience? And how do I let it go? How do I heal and how do I let go? And this has been my journey for the past while, since coming back up the rabbit hole. And I know that it's on me. I know it is my responsibility to heal and be a better person. I know it is my responsibility to not spread the poison that is injected on me by somebody who's come and showed their venom, right? They've shown who they are, and then I get to choose who I want to be from that moment on. And sometimes I'm really good at it, and sometimes I don't let it affect me. And other times I realize that there's a part of me that still has not healed, and that still is even like now, look at that still is not healed and still is working on that. So when somebody comes and says something and it hurts, and I'm like, wow, wait a minute, and usually I'm able to catch it, but sometimes the venom sinks in real deep, and you start going like, wait a minute, after everything I've done to help this person, how could they even say that to me? How could they even, and it brings up something that may have happened before, maybe not from that person, but from something else. And then you're like still wanting to be the person that you're wanting to be, and you're wanting to help, or you're wanting to do, or you're wanting to, so you then start battling yourself on, okay, how do I who do I become? How? And sometimes you get stuck in old program and you start going through I can't believe they did that, but blame, blame, blame. But they did what they did. They showed who they were. They showed who they are and who they want to be, who they're choosing to be in every moment. And then you get to choose who you want to be in that moment. And sometimes just wanting to let go and allow is like so hard. Sometimes observing and not absorbing, observing and not absorbing. No, I was right the first time. Sometimes my brain is like, is that the right word? How do you say that again? It's tricky, and you can't navigate through it. So sometimes it's really hard to remember who you want to be. And if you're, like I said, if you're around people who are also, you know, in that program, you may get stuck there for a little bit. They may, I mean, they may be completely, you may be completely right. That person was out of place, you know, they didn't have a right to treat you like that. And that's, you know, that's right. They probably didn't. And maybe their words hurt, and that's, you know, that's fine. You don't have to have them in your life. You don't have to be part of it. And maybe you've just come to the realization that you're just done. You don't want to deal with it anymore. And that's okay too. People get to choose who they want to choose to be, and you get to choose who you want to be. They never will know your story, and they probably won't even care. But you still get to choose you, the best you. When I fell down the rabbit hole, and it was very, very few people I would even talk to, and most of the time I wouldn't even explain what was going on because I didn't even know. I didn't know who I was or what I was going through or why I was even going through it. I didn't have a clue. And because I thought I had gotten to a place where I was on my path. And now I realize I had to go further down to be able to pull myself back up, because it wasn't my husband's responsibility. It wasn't my children's responsibility, my parents' responsibility, my siblings' responsibility, my friends' responsibility. It was mine. My responsibility to take control of me and to choose who I want to be in every moment, and to get to a place where I'm at peace no matter who is saying what to me. Not always easy, as I found out this past week, but it is doable. And like I had been going real smooth working on myself and everything like that. And I'm not saying like I went all the way down or anything like that. It was just it was like a ripple effect. It was me being aware that this person and this thing happened. So this thing, actually it was a couple things, I said that before. Two different people and two different things. And I was battling myself instead of just being okay with the situation and being at peace and allowing them to choose them. And I don't have to be anybody else that I don't want to be. I'm okay being who I am. I don't need their approval, and I don't need to allow what they say or do to affect me. I'm okay with me. And sometimes the program gets stuck, and then you're like, wait, am I on the right program, or am I off my program? Am I on my path? Am I off my path? And sometimes it gets confusing. And sometimes you don't really know what to do. Should I do this? Should I do that? And then, like, sometimes you just get sad where you don't even know, you know, and all your emotions come out and stuff, and that's okay too. If you love you, no matter where you are or what you're doing, and you practice loving you, it's okay to cry. It is okay to feel powerless, and it is okay to not blame anybody else. It is okay to take responsibility and to go, oh, it's okay. I'm sad. I get it. I will figure this out. I'll let go and allow. I let go. And once I started realizing that that's all I needed to do was let go of all of it. I don't care how somebody treated me or how somebody's treating me. That's on them. I will continue to send out love. I will continue to be who I want to be. And I will continue to harness my craft, which is being at peace in every moment, and loving who I am, knowing that I get to choose me, the best me. We all get to choose who we want to be, the best us or somebody else. Old programming. Today I'm going to read a little bit from You Get to Choose You, the Best You. Chapter 1. Who are you? Your perceptions, your beliefs, your reality, your stories. I'm going to read Your Belief, because I talked about this because it was in the other book too, but it's shorter in the other book. This one has more in detail, and I'm not going to read the whole thing, but I'll read a little bit of Your Belief. Your belief. Belief is being confident in knowing things are true. Believing is also different for everyone, and we all believe in our own truth. So much so, we are willing to fight for it, and sometimes even die for it. Somehow, though, what we are willing to fight for changed through time because our beliefs have changed throughout our life. When we were children, we believed our parents knew everything, or at least more than we did. We believed the school system, our teachers, and what we were learning was important. We believed whatever we were taught to believe by society, religion, relationships, schools, our home life, who we were told we were, who we should be, and who we are. Your belief now is a mixture of what others have told you all your life and what you have begun telling yourself. Your belief is what you choose to believe every day, which is so true. We get to believe whatever it is we want to believe. And one moment it could be that we believe everything is perfect, everything is wonderful, everything is great. We're in a wonderful relationship where we have a wonderful career, we have a home we love, and neighbors that are amazing, and we celebrate every day. We're grateful for it. Life is good, it's amazing. And then we could choose different, and we could believe that nothing's going right for us, that it is us against the world, it's us against everybody, and we can choose to fight for our limitations. We can choose to fight for everything that we don't like, and we focus on that. We believe. A fine example is like religion. Some people believe that everything that they're told at their church or whatever is true, and they don't think outside the box. And I'm not saying anything about religion. I'm just using it as an example. And like, well, for instance, for me, I grew up in a religious family, and I went through that whole process as well. Well, partly. But anyways, my first marriage, I did everything that I could do so I could get married in a church. I wanted to be walked down the aisle. I wanted to be married in a church. I wanted to be, the whole 9 yards. And I wanted to make everybody happy. That was my belief system. If I did this, everybody would be happy. And I always wanted to make everybody happy. It was never about making everybody happy. It was about making me happy, but I never realized that at the time. Hummingbird just came up and scared me. Sorry, Hummingbird. He's like, wait, you were here earlier another time. Now you're here in the morning. What are you doing? I did all that, and then I stayed in my unhealthy relationship for way too long. In fact, we should never have gotten married at all. We should have just stayed I don't know. We shouldn't have even gotten together. But anyways, we did, and we had children, and we did have some good times, and it was great. Great learning experience. I won't even say that we shouldn't have gotten together, because there were so many lessons I needed to learn, and I'm sure there were so many lessons that he needed to learn. We were really good at learning lessons from each other. How's that? Um, but at the time when we got married, I thought, like, being in a religious uh, part of my life, I thought that once you get married, you have to stay married. You have to do everything you can. Everybody says that is fight through the bad times, and fight through the all the other stuff, forgive and let go and all that stuff. And at the end of it, I was spending most of my time walking on eggshells, making sure that me and the kids were either not there in the house when he was there, or that we were calm. We were trying to do our best to be the best, so that it was all a good day instead of not. And I realized that that was all on me, on my belief. I believed that this was what was supposed to happen. I believed that for a long time that whatever the doctor said was true, and that I had to do what the doctor said. I never once thought about different types of healing and how I could heal myself. There's so many different beliefs in my life. Like when people would say, like, their belief was let your babies cry. They believed that I was too young to have a baby. Babies having babies when I had my daughter at 16. Um, there, they were trying to talk me into giving her up for adoption. There was like so many different areas that people believed something and wanted to share their belief with me. And the doctor, like I mentioned just yesterday or the day before about Life with Matt, when he didn't want to let me have Matt after Matt was born because he didn't think I could care for him. 35 years later, I'm still caring for him. He's still alive and he's doing well. But you get to choose your beliefs. I never realized that. Your poverty belief is just that. Your abundant belief is just that. Your success belief is just that. Your how you see your life is all about what you believe, and how you can choose to change your belief into having a better life than you have right now. It is your choice, 100%. You choose you. You choose your beliefs. You choose your thoughts. You choose who you want to be in every moment. And they're up to you. It's like if you look at a family and a majority of the family believe that one thing, medical health issues, working style, education, like the list goes on, and it goes down from generation to generation to generation. It doesn't mean it works, but it's a belief system that people get stuck in. If it doesn't fit for you, don't do it. Choose a different belief. Change your thoughts. Change who you want to be, and you get to choose you. 100%. You get to choose you. Let's find something else you get to choose you, the best you. Let's talk about confidence. This is in chapter 7, and I'll read a little bit about this. How do we gain confidence? Or better yet, how do we lose it in the first place? When we were born, we knew who we were. There was no doubt at all. We were confident. Just go look at a baby or a toddler. They have full confidence in themselves. There is nothing they can't do in their eyes. They want to get into everything, and we need to keep an eye on them because they have no fear and ready to go. We all began like this. We all are born confident. No doubt of all we can do and will do. Nothing stopped us. We learned to speak, we learned to crawl, to talk, to climb, to fall, to dress ourselves, and to use the bathroom, all by the time we were 2 or 3. And then we learned even more. We did it all in confidence. We knew we could, so we did. So what changed? Well, in short, our story, what we began to tell ourselves, what we began to listen from others, or what we believed ourselves were saying. When we began listening to others telling us we are dumb, when we began listening to ourselves telling us we can't do it, this is when we lost confidence in us. When Loki was a baby of 6 months old, he was so sure he could walk. He tried walking all the time. Even before he could crawl or fall, he wanted to walk. Actually, it was more like a run. He would hold on to things, walls, tables, couches, chairs, people, anything and anyone to stand up on and try to run. One time, while holding his sister's hand, he tried to run, letting go of her hands and falling to the floor face first. He hit so hard he began to cry, but that didn't stop him. Nope, not at all. But it did help him realize he needed to learn to fall before he could walk or run on his own. So he began training himself to fall confidently. It didn't take long for him to fall and catch himself, to crawl and fall, to climb with ease and fall, and yes, of course, to walk and run knowing he would be able to catch himself if he needed. No one told him he couldn't. No one told him he shouldn't. I don't think he would have listened if they did. It was all about just doing it, learning it, and becoming it. We are all born confident. We know who we are, and as we grow, we are taught how to be and to doubt and to doubt ourselves, how to disbelieve we can do anything, and how to lose confidence in ourselves. Confidence has always been really interesting for me because I always thought that everybody, like there's so many people that were confident, and I was not confident. I was shy. I was, I always held myself back. I didn't want to shine my light. I didn't want to take chances. And I wasn't like that as a young child, as I wrote in Back Up the Rabbit Hole, The Best Is Yet to Come. I was an explorer. I was the most friendliest, outgoing person that I ever knew. I would walk the streets and greet everybody. I was the little Miss Greeter. I wanted to help everybody. I would be friends with everybody, and I would help them in any way possible. There was so many things. I had so much confidence, and somewhere along the way, I started losing confidence. And of course, being an empath was so, I didn't know what an empath was, and nobody taught me how to guard my feelings, from separate them from somebody else's, that I didn't have to hide my light. I could be shining bright and still be who I wanted to be and help who I wanted to help. I could be as confident as I wanted to be. I always thought confidence was like I would see these people who I thought were so powerful because they weren't afraid and they were just saying what they needed to say or doing what they needed to do. And sometimes getting the two confused. Bossy can look like confidence. It doesn't mean they're secure about themselves. It just means they know what they want and they're wanting what what it is, and that's it. They're going to get it because they're bossy, not confident. They manipulate. They make people afraid. That's not confidence. Confidence is pure, and you get to be confident. You get to choose confidence. You get to believe in yourself enough that you can do anything and be the confident being that you want to be. It is 100% up to you. You get to choose you, the best you, in every moment, including confidence. It's once you realize that you get to choose that, nothing's going to stop you. Nothing can stop you but you. You're the only one who gets to stop you. The only one who gets to choose you. Let's talk about love. Love heals all. Love is liberating. Love is the way. This is chapter 10. One of the best things in life is love. Love for self, love for others, love for all. How can you heal through love? How can we heal through, how can we love through healing? Healing health, healing relationships, healing your thoughts, healing you. First, I want to talk about what love really is and what it is not. Love is not what we have been told. Love is not as important to have. It is not important to have a romantic relationship as we think it is. It is not important to belong. It is not putting yourself through years of abuse because you think that is what you are supposed to do for love. I know this firsthand. I already explained that part to you earlier about my previous relationship. And it wasn't just one. I mean, all my previous relationships were all that. I just thought I needed to fit somewhere, to work at it, work really hard. And it had to be like give and take. And if they're mostly taking and you're mostly giving, it's not a good thing. It's not a good fit. Love is love. It is all around us. It is in us. It is us. Love we have for our children, our parent. Oh, sorry. Love we have for our children, partner or significant other, our parents, siblings, our families, our friends, our pets, everyone, including ourselves. Love is the best feeling you can ever choose to have and goes hand in hand with joy and gratitude. Love is the way to all healing. Love, I went on a love journey way before I fell down the rabbit hole. Thought I went on a love journey. I did go on a love journey. And I started learning myself and healing myself in so many ways. And I had to learn to love the person who fell down the rabbit hole. I had to learn to love all of me, the pain, the suffering, the hard times, the hurt, the person who allowed herself to be mistreated, the person who didn't know her own worth, the person who felt not enough, the person who felt lonely. I needed to love that person too. I needed to love all of me, every bit of me, and be okay with who I was in every moment. Love is such a wonderful gift to give yourself. You deserve love more than anybody else from yourself, not from anybody else. We think love is an outside thing, and it's not. It comes from inside us. It comes from right here, from you. You give love to yourself. When you fall in love with someone, and this is what we think, and this is what we're told, that somebody's going to come and rescue us, and somebody's going to come and take care of us, and it's wrong. Nobody's going to come take care of you. You got to take care of yourself. That doesn't mean somebody's not going to be there. Like, I have a loving husband, and he reminds me, like, so many different ways. Like, he loves me unconditionally and has helped me in so many ways to grow. He's never ever stopped me from being who I want to be, but has also at the same time showed me that I can be who I want to be. And even when I don't feel enough, he tries to show me I am enough. And same thing, so like a love relationship, a romantic relationship should never be 50-50, and it should never be it's always like a scale. And I heard this not too long ago, and I went, wow, that makes complete sense, because that's how my husband and I work. Sometimes I have 5% to give and he has 95. He comes in and he just helps out wherever, and takes over. Sometimes he has 5 and I have 95, and we take care of each other. And that's how we do it. Like, it's never been 50-50, because it can't be. It's got to be 100-100. But if you don't have 100, then the other person can come in and take care of that part. It's just the way, it's like a balancing scale. You both take care of each other, and that's how it is. It just smooth sailing. That's a romantic relationship. But the love always comes from within. And even when I met him for the first time, other than when I had my children, and of course the love for my parents and all that, I felt love. And it wasn't because, I thought at the time that it was from him, but I realized it was because the way he saw me was the first time I ever saw me like that. And that's what it was like to be able to be yourself without any conditions. There was no conditions whatsoever. And it just felt right. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it, but it just felt right. And even today, it's like we have a really good relationship. 20 years in, but almost 21. But love comes from you. You get to choose it. You get to choose whether or not you're going to be a loving person or a non-loving person. It doesn't have to be that they did something wrong. Of course they did something wrong. They're supposed to do something wrong, but you're supposed to figure out how that affects you, and whether or not you're able to be okay with it. Like, a lot of people are okay with cheating. I am not. And I would never have to worry about that with my now husband. But there are people who aren't okay with cheating. So if you're not okay with it, don't stick with it. Don't put it out there in a vibration. Let it go. Take care of you, and know where your boundaries are. Love is a give and take. It really is. And you have to be able to take as much as you're willing to give. And that's big, because it was so hard for me to even get allow him to do whatever, right? So sometimes I would always say, no, I'm okay. And then I realized that I was never allowing him to do something for me. So I had to say yes. And I'll give you a fine example. I write it in one of my books, but maybe in both. But we went to the store once, and he needed some safety boots or something, and he wanted to buy me an outfit. And I've always had a hard time with money and allowing, especially things for me. I always limited myself. Like, I was not enough to be able to buy myself some nice stuff. And he asked me, "Can I buy you an outfit?" And at first I was like, I don't know. And then I went, you know what? No, I'm going to allow him to do these things for me. Why am I restricting? So I said, yes. I said, you can buy me whatever you want in this store. And so he found, a couple things that he liked, a shirt and a pair of pants. And I was like so stoked. And still to this day, that shirt I wear constantly. I love, love, love that shirt. It is the best shirt. And it makes me feel really good. We get to choose who we want to be in every relationship. And it is give and take. And if you're just giving, it's not good. But love isn't about a romantic, it's not just about romance like we've been taught. It's about how we love others and how we love ourselves. And sometimes we go through relationships, we allow so many bad things. We allow people to manipulate, and we allow people to treat us poorly because we think that is part of a relationship. And it's not. It's not. Do not allow people to treat you poorly. If that's who they are, let them go. This is a good reminder for myself. Let them go. Find out abuse. I write this in here because I think it's important. If you are walking on eggshells and you're in a romantic relationship, I'm just going to say this real quick so that I can get past it. Not that I want to get past it, but if you're walking on eggshells, that's not the person for you. If things aren't going your way and you are battling and battling and battling, you feel you're fighting, that relationship isn't for you. It doesn't matter if it's a romantic relationship or one with your child or one with your parents or one with your friends or one with, well, it doesn't matter. Even if you are a loyal person, like me, I have a hard time letting go. Let them go. They are not doing you any good for you to be who you want to be. You can't be enough for them. And if you're allowing them in your life, you're not staying true to you. Wow. That was... Thank you, Joe. I'm having a hard time right now because a situation has come up and I'm allowing it, and I'm not sure why I'm allowing it, and I gotta let go. I need to let go. I need to know that I'm okay without that person. I'm okay being me, and if they can't see who I am for who I am, I don't need to give them anything. I just need to be me. Whew. Sometimes we give ourselves our own information that we're not even aware of that we need. Love for self is so important. If you're not doing mirror work, do mirror work. It is so important. This past week has been so insightful for me. It's been so great to learn these lessons and to be finally choosing who I want to be. Wow. You get to choose you, the best you. You get to be who you want to be in every moment. Don't sell yourself short. This life is yours to live. You get to live it however you want to live it. You want to run marathons, go run them. You want to write books, go write them. You want to start your own business, go start it. You want to move to a different country, go do that. It doesn't matter. You want to travel the world, then figure out a way to do it and do it. It is up to you 100%. And you're worth it. You get to choose you, the best you. It is an awesome book to read. I know, because I wrote it. But it also has 5 stars on Amazon, because I've had some good reviews on it. Life is too short to be anybody else but yourself. So be you. I'll leave a link below where you can purchase my books. I love you for who you are right now, for who you've been, and for who you're becoming. You are enough. Have a great day.